Alright, so I'll probably spend the next hour or so getting all the gasket off of this side of the case and that side of the case. And got all my stuff laid out. And I'll have to pull up a diagram because this is the first time I've done this motor. And even though I took it apart, I don't remember it 100%. So, it is what it is. But anyway, we're going to get this all cleaned off. But we'll get it tore off, cleaned up, and we'll get it prepped up. Probably got something we can just soak this in for 4 days and it'll just come apart, I'm sure. Alright, I'm going to swap this out. I'm going to keep this. It's got a good bearing. This one feels like a better shaft. So we'll just swap out the new gear we got. If we can get this off. And this one has a busted tooth. So replace it with one we bought off the internet, which looks really good. Perfect. Alright, first gear. There we go. Moves on the shaft good. Alright. Let's see her. Probably goes something like that. That goes in there, and that goes in there. Like that. Now we just gotta get it back in the case. Got a really nice seal kit off of 4-in-1 out of California. It's got all the seals and the gaskets, and they actually even come labeled, which I've never seen this before. It tells you what seal, even has the packages labeled. So really good purchase right there, and especially if you're a first timer and wasn't quite sure what goes to where. Really good explanation on this, so I'll give this guy a really good thumbs up. That's 4in1.com, and they're on eBay is where I got this. It was about 50 or 60 bucks for this set, but it is a complete set. It has all of this, and then it literally has everything, even your top end gasket, which we ordered a new cylinder, so we've got extra. But I mean, absolute. This is for your stator plate, so exhaust. Really good kit, really good kit. I'll leave a link to that in the description if y'all need one, and probably to all these parts I get. But so now, after I throw that on the ground, we're going to start replacing some of these seals that need to be replaced, and go from there. So we got one here. The big thing is getting these out without scarring anything up. Sometimes you can get them out from the other side. We got one here, one there, and then we'll see where else they are. All right, let's see if we can get these seals out relatively easy. Get some paper towels. That one slipped out pretty easy. Make sure we got the right one. This one right here. 2K shifter, counter shaft, alternator, shifter, clutch lever, counter shaft. All right. Anyway, we'll put it in. If you are confused, just match them up with what you got. Sometimes they'll even have markings on them. We'll want to put a little bit of lubrication on this before we put it together. So that one just push all the way through. Thought there was a lip on it. Well, that one's pretty sketchy. It just sits in there. It's actually metal. That's the counter shaft. 035. That's it.
So good.
Got to sit down in there. in. Let's see what other one we got here. Any seals on this one? Alright. This seal don't want to come out, so we're going to collapse it on itself. That is what we're going to attempt. Yep, it's metal. So once we get it at a angle, it'll come on out. We don't want to mess up our walls. Come on, fold up, baby. Gotta be getting close. Not close enough. Let's see if we can get her up. Come on, baby. There she comes. There she comes. Oh, the sucker was in there. Alright. Let's see. Where'd our new one go? Right here.
Because my mustache is already too big.
Do what?
See? My mustache.
We'll have to get that down a little bit further. We're going to find a socket and set that down in there. Alright, so I got my case up here. I'm going to pull up some schematics and got my seals in, all except for the one that goes around my stator and stuff. That goes on that plate, so we'll put that in later. And we'll go from there. So now we're going to work on getting the transmission in. I need to go get, actually I got some right here. I'm going to put just a little bit on all these seals I just put in. And that way when my metal hits them, that don't get tore up. It don't take a lot. You just want to make sure it's lubed up on all these seals. Was there one on here? I guess we don't have one on that case. One on this case. Just get a little bit of lubrication on it. And I'm missing the one right here. Okay. And that one's got some on there. Alright. So we can start putting the transmission back in. Alright, so we're going to put the transmission in. You actually got to put this in at one piece. So I got to make sure my washer's on there. This little keeper right here is on there. And my bearing. Gear selector goes here. Obviously your bearing with your output shaft goes here. And then your first primary gears go here. So I'm going to try like heck to do this by myself. My biggest concern is that washer falling off. But I might be able to just take that off and set that on that bearing. I don't think that one's going to come out. And then our bolt goes through there, which we have right here, and that goes through the other side of the motor. So here we go. Let's see if we can put that washer on there and if it'll just work out that easy for us. That'd be really nice, wouldn't it? Alright, here we go. So close, yet so far away. I don't think we got something right. Alright, let's see. That'd be A gear. I don't know if I can do this with my hand. Alright, seems to be shifting. May just need some lube. Alright, Transmission's moving. We'll put our bolt in on the other side and find out what the torque specs are, and that way all that'll be in there. Alright, we got our shifter drum kind of bolted in there. Let's get it a little bit tighter. That's all the tighter it gets, which is very suspicious. Alright, so we got our crank set in here, and our kick shaft, transmission, it's bolted in. I believe we're ready to put the other side of the case on, if I'm not mistaken. I got to double check all my diagrams and make 100% for sure, but I think we're about ready. So everything in here shifting. I went ahead and lubed everything. Checked the kicker. It turns, kicks back out. So I think it'll all work out pretty good. Alright, so I got my gasket on here. One thing you need to make sure, you got your oil pump and it's got a little deal in there. So as we do this, we're going to spin my gear down here underneath, and that'll drop that down in there. We can cut that off as soon as we get it mounted. I'll just leave it in there for now. So let's go ahead and slowly put this little gem on. You got 2 guide pins in your case. Water pump or oil pump's moving, so we're good. Now we need to bolt this case together, I guess, from the other side.